everybody, and welcome to episode 69 of season 3 of Brodies Sports Talk. We're here, guys. We did it. We made it to the
Nice.
best episode of the season. Nice. It is time for our Pigskin picks, which, if you're not familiar with this particular episode, what we do is we look at 6 games for the upcoming NFL Sunday, and we basically pick them against the spread, decide whether or not we think a team will cover, or if perhaps there could be some upsets along the way. We do keep track of this historically. Last week, both Caleb and I put up some big donut holes. We changed our name to Owen because we went 0-2. And Derek managed to snag one game. He got the Cards at -7.5, but didn't get Steelers -4.5. I missed out on the Eagles and Seahawks for a second consecutive week. And then Caleb missed out on Raiders and the Washington football team. So we are looking to hopefully do a little bit better this time around. So, Derek, as the beneficiary of mine and Caleb's misfortune from last week, who is it that you are taking with your first pick?
Yeah, I am taking the free money and taking the Browns -1 against the Vikings. I think the Browns are going to run all over the Vikings and put up more and win by more than a point.
I can't disagree.
Are the Browns going to run wide right or wide left against the Vikings?
Hunt. They're going to be hunting all day.
Oh, okay.
I think it's an excellent pick. I'm surprised that I guess the Vikings trending in a positive direction and people saying, well, if it weren't for this and it wasn't for that, they'd be a 3-0 team. Well, what's the phrase? If my grandma had wheels, she'd be a bicycle. Like it's, they're you still ain't, undefeated. So Caleb, who are you taking with your first pick?
I'm going to go big. I'm going to risk it to get the biscuit. I'm going with the Bills -16.5 points. They are playing the Davis Mills-led Houston Texans this week, and they are at home. The last 2 weeks, the Bills have won by 35 against the Dolphins, and then by 22 against the football team. I think both of those teams are better than the Texans. So, I am going to presume that the Bills are probably going to be one of the highest fantasy scoring defenses this week, as they are very opportunistic on bad passes, and they are going to chase Davis Mills around like nobody's business. Going to be a great day for Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders, Dawson Knox, Zach Moss, and pretty much everyone that is wearing a blue jersey. His Texans will not be wearing blue. So,
I think
this is going to be ugly. If I had to give it like a score, I might say something like 42-10.
Man, it's always tough picking 2+ possession spreads. Because sometimes you never really feel safe doing it. Watch the Texans keep it within 2 possessions. Just maybe it's I don't know, like a 31-17, just to spite you. I'm going with the Buccaneers -6.5. I am taking Tom Brady in his revenge tour. Point blank. I think that he plays so exceptionally well with a chip on his shoulder, and I think that the Bucs defense is going to feast. James White's going to be out, so I think some of the dynamism that comes with giving Mac Jones a few additional weapons to play it safe out of the backfield are gone. Harris was pretty effectively shut down by the Saints, and I think that They just match up very well. So I'm actually predicting, a good 8-9+ point victory for the Bucs here. Any thoughts on that, or do you guys think that maybe Belichick wins this grudge match?
I think this one is going all Brady. I think that Brady. I think that you might be a little conservative to just say 8 or 9. I think that it's probably going to be 2 touchdowns.
Well, you never spent any money in Vegas, did you?
Who, me?
No,
Or-
Caleb. He's over
Oh.
here like, oh, it's gonna. If they get past 7 points, I'd be surprised. The differential being anywhere close to 10 is not something I would ever take.
I do think the Patriots are a decent side. Again, it's just a matter of how good are they going to be against the defending Super Bowl champions. So let's go ahead and then go back to you, Derek. Who do you got?
All right, I have the Chargers minus 3.5 at they're at home with the Raiders coming in. The Raiders are a very good team. They technically have a better record than the Chargers, but the Chargers are playing so very well. And I think that Justin Herbert stays on his path and beats the Raiders by more than 3.5. I would say probably a touchdown.
Yeah, when I saw that was off the board, I was a little sad, but I think it's a good one. I think it's an absolute good one. Like I said, I'm apprehensive because I do feel like the Chargers currently are playing to the level of their competition, and games seem to be reasonably close. Maybe there's just a few unanswered questions, I guess. But no, I think I'm okay with that. Caleb, who do you have coming in for your second pick?
I am going with the Broncos minus 1.5 at home against the Ravens. I do think that Teddy B and the Broncos are the real deal, and Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams are going to go out and they're going to do some stampeding on the Ravens defense. Go out and do some mile-high salutes in the end zone, and it's just going to be a great Broncos festive day. As I'm for some reason I feel like Noah Fant's going to get a touchdown too. Go ahead and throw one in there for Noah Fant. The Broncos have been busted up at wide receiver with Jerry Jeudy and now KJ Hamler being hurt. Let's face it, you probably weren't going to throw use tight ends, use Patrick, and find other ways to beat a Ravens defense that has been hit or miss, I feel like, through 3 games.
I don't know. How do you feel about that one, Derek?
Hey, I'll take a Broncos win. No matter what points, anything like that, I'll take a Broncos win.
It's interesting to me because I actually rated the Ravens a little bit higher than you guys did on our power rankings for this week. And one of the things that I justified it with is I actually expected the Ravens to probably match up with anybody that we ranked in the top 10 and be arguably favored regardless of whether or not the game was on the road or in Baltimore. And technically, I'm still validated here because we didn't rank the Broncos in our top 10.
Exactly.
So I am not going with the Eagles or the Seahawks this time around. I'm actually taking the Lions +3. So being the only one taking an underdog here, the Bears offense didn't give me any, positivity. I don't think they gave the, Chicago fans any positivity. I think we're seeing a Lions team, like as we talked about during our Power Rankings episode, that is, to borrow Caleb's term, is feisty and is, due for a win. And I think that this really starts the Matt Nagy downfall here for the season. And I think the Lions actually will pull out a win. So I am happy to take them at +3. Any thoughts on that one, guys?
That's a really good pick.
I was surprised that the line was. I mean, I guess you would expect Bears favorite at home, Lions are winless, but to me, this almost feels like it should be slightly closer, like almost like a +1.5 type thing. Depending on what kind of news we hear out of each camp, I would expect this line to probably fluctuate because we are recording this earlier in the week. That this +3 may not necessarily be a +3 come Saturday.
I mean, I will say they usually give about 3 points for home field. So if you take that away and said it was a neutral site and it would be a coin flip, it feels like a semi-accurate line to me. The only thing that makes me nervous is, depending on if Khalil Mack is healthy, that defense can cause some issues for that Lions offense.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely bet the under on this game. I would definitely go with the under, unless somehow the defenses are both scoring touchdowns. Then that would cause a lot of chaos. But I don't see a lot of ball movement. I see a lot of punts.
Who's the kicker for the Bears?
I don't know. Who is the kicker for the Bears, guys?
I don't believe it's Mr. Double Doink himself, but I will have
hang on. I'm looking it up now. I am
Santos.
Yeah.
Does he have a long kicking leg?
I mean, I feel like it'd be weird if he did, because that would, maybe he walks kind of like this, and if he tries to run, he just goes in a circle.
Okay.
Hopefully for the Lions fans' sake, he's not going to, pop a 67-yarder to win the game. Well, that's it for us for our picks. Hopefully, for mine and Caleb's sake, we can do a little bit better than we have, but we will see. I, as always, want to encourage you as a listener, if you're watching us on YouTube as a viewer, to interact with us on our various social media platforms, whether that be leaving us a YouTube comment or going onto our Twitter or to our Facebook and throwing us a comment or a tweet or whatever the heck you want. You can even DM us. Caleb is the one who, I handle the Facebook account. Caleb handles the Twitter. So if you're wanting to reach out to us, please do. You can find everything on our Linktree, linktr.ee/Brody Talk. That is not Broid Talk. But Brody Talk. I will never let you live that one down, Caleb. I will always remember. I never forget. But that's it. That is it for us. On behalf of Caleb and Derek, my name is Sean. We are Brody Sports Talk. We are signing out. We will see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Santos hit a 55-yarder. That's his career long.
Oh, well, there we go.
Yeah,
Last little tidbit before the end. Now we're leaving. Bye, everybody.